What's up, Facebook? We are live and we are doing our Wednesday. It is Wednesday before Thanksgiving. I'm crazy because I'm literally the only one in my office right now. Everybody else got to go home early, but I committed to doing this live today. And so I'm going to do it normally. Normally on on Thanksgiving, we go to Oregon and visit my mom. My brother, and my sisters live up in Oregon. I have a cousin that lives up there as well. And normally we're on the road to Oregon, but because of COVID and everything else, and my mom being somebody who is got some health issues, we decided that we were going to stay back home this year, which is the second year in a row that I have been home for Thanksgiving because last year, this time, I was so super sick, really sick, COVID symptoms in November, which is weird because maybe I had it then. I don't know. Nobody really knew about it then. But anyway, I'm home for Thanksgiving this year. So I'm here doing the live. If you have questions, I want to answer them for you and talk about what you have going on. If you're on watching this, hit the like button. Let me know you're here. Say hello. Let me know where you're saying hello from. And let's get a conversation started so that I can knock out some information for you. I am frying a turkey for the first time tomorrow. I am frying a turkey. We had a deck. What's up, Matt? We had a deck in our backyard. We're doing some remodeling on the house, and we ripped the deck out. And I got this nice little dirt area that I'm going to pour cement in, and it's perfect for testing frying a turkey. So I'm excited about that. Hopefully, I come back on next week with eyebrows. So that'll be interesting. Okay, so business wise, we got a lot of really good things going. We have a six-figure week this week. We have closed six figures in assignment fees this week. Going into Thanksgiving, we had one more that was supposed to close today that would have put me well over six figures. And what's up, Yoshi? How's it going, buddy? From New York, New Jersey, right? So perfect. Happy holidays to you, buddy. So we had one more deal that was supposed to close today, and escrow threw a wrench in it, and yeah, that would have been like 100, you know, 30, 125,000 for the weekend anyway. So it would have been a really, really good week. But the point is that, we had made some changes when COVID happened and revamped our systems and processes, revamped our team, went virtual. I've shared that before. And now we're gaining momentum and we're gaining momentum in a big way. And I'm excited about 2021 and I'm excited to share a lot of what we built. So, and part of that excitement is, around the Flip Talk Virtual Summit that we're going to be doing. And that is December 4th, 5th, and 6th. And we're going to be laying out a lot of the changes we made, a lot of things that we did in our business and how we prepared for third, fourth, and fifth. Sorry, third, fourth, and fifth. How we prepared for the changes in the market and what's going to happen in 2021. I think 2021 is going to be such just an opportunity for people to really capitalize on market changes that are going to happen and in a big way. I mean, right now markets are on fire in a lot of areas. We're getting assignment fees that are just insane, and at some point that's going to change, and the leg is going to be kicked out from the markets, and we're going to have opportunity to scoop a bunch of stuff up. So, and we are really preparing our business for that, leaned out, systematized, structured, tightened the ship up. And I'll be laying out some of that at the Flip Talk Virtual Summit. If you go to fliptalkvirtualsummit.com, you can check that out and see what we got going on. So I got the Facebook user here. Unfortunately, in some of these groups, it doesn't tell me who they are, but Facebook group says wholesaling in California. Yes, I'm wholesaling in California, but this week's nice little run for assignment fees is all from the Central Valley, which is really priced like the rest of the country. So they're all. I mean, I got a 50, a 30, a 20 something, a 10. So for the assignment fees for the closings this week, but it's really like most of the country, but the assignment fees are much higher than normal because the market's on fire. And then we closed one in Tennessee this week. Today we closed one in Tennessee, and I shared that we were expanding to Tennessee, and we're going to be expanding to a few more markets in 2021. and really building some momentum in a few other markets. So perfect. North Cal. Okay, buddy. So yeah, I'm assuming you're Bay Area and or Sacramento. We just locked one up in Sacramento, and it looks like that one's going to be a nice one for us as well. So working on one in the Modesto area as well. I know my team's working on one there right now. So we go all over California. We go all over the Central Valley, California, the Bay Area, all the way up to Sacramento. So, perfect question here. One of my biggest obstacles right now is obtaining a legit purchase and sale agreement contract. Well, you know what? If you go to fliptalk.com, there is a resources page. And I just want to make sure I'm giving you the right information. So, fliptalk.com, there's a resources page, there's a resources button on the top right hand side, and you can go down and there is a bulletproof contract, and you got to give me your email but you can have the contract, and then there's a new market roadmap there as well. So um there is a contract there. It is a legit contract. We use that contract in our business. um and yeah, um so anyway, there you go. There's your contract, buddy. And and it's legit, and it's been developed over a period of years to make sure that it is the right contract to use for us in our business. So it works out really well for us. So, but yeah, so we're all over the place, man. We're growing like crazy. We're starting to get momentum. I got some really good people in here right now doing a good job selling. I got one particular individual that I'm just really excited about. The things that she's accomplishing, and I got another one that's new in here that I got some hopes for, and looks like she's doing really really well as well. So yeah, I'm just excited about 2021 and everything that has to offer. So hit me with your questions. I am an open book. I'm willing to answer anything, no matter how basic or complicated. And and yeah, I will. I'll do my best to steer you in the right direction. Um, if you're not going to ask me questions, I'm going to go home. No. So anyway, the virtual summit. Make sure you check that out. Fliptalkvirtualsummit.com. I'm registered there for 3 days of intense information. Um, we have the mastermind, the inner circle elite, for those of you who are very interested. We have resources at fliptalk.com. We got all kinds of crazy things. So we throw all those things out there. Okay, Tim, I have some people that are interested in private lending but haven't fully committed yet. I thought about doing an email newsletter after I completed a rehab. Do you recommend that, or have advice on what to put in it? um, Tim, you want to come on here with me and talk about private money lending? If I send you a link, would you be willing to come on and have that conversation? Because I think this is something that we can talk out and hash out a little bit, and talk out why they haven't fully committed and some things that I would suggest doing. And I can invite. In fact, let's do this. I'm going to throw it in the comments, and anybody who wants to come on and have a conversation with me. Oh, if somebody else threw it in there for me. Perfect. um, Anybody else who wants to come on and throw have a conversation about things, I would love to have that conversation. But Tim, on the quick and dirty answer on that, the I really need to know why you feel like they haven't committed yet, and maybe talk out maybe some ways you can get them to get that commitment. But I don't think anything wrong with a newsletter, not to say newsletter, but maybe like an update, just an email, just saying, hey, I just want to share with you some success we had, and something that I was able to accomplish with my team, and blah blah blah, and a few pictures of before and after, and maybe what you paid, in interest on the project and stuff like that. So there's a dozen different ways you can go with it, but I think keeping it simple and just doing, I'm excited to announce our latest project completion. Here's before and after pictures. Anybody has any questions about the particular project, please let me know. I'd love to discuss details type of thing. So you got to be careful about showing interest rates. You got to be careful about making guarantees and emails, social media, and that kind of thing. So it's more apt to what not to put in it, that I could probably really help you out on. So let's see. Is Facebook a good platform, um, source to source deals? Zillow is, um, it is to a large degree. Let's put it away. Zillow, there's ways to run comps on Zillow, by looking at, Zillow will show sold properties in a particular area. You can, look at properties that are for sale. Zillow will show you properties that are pre-foreclosure. So Zillow does have a lot of ways to be kind of, useful as far as a tool to source deals. The that's it, there's obviously ways that are probably better. There are ways that are probably where you can get more reach, but as a tool, you can find the deals on. You can do almost anything on Zillow. You can find deals. I'm not talking about this estimate, but you can run comps. You can find comps on Zillow by looking at the solds, and not you don't want to trust their estimate because sometimes it's on point, sometimes it's high, sometimes it's low, but it can be a great source, if you don't have a whole lot of money or any money to spend to look for deals. So yes, the key is cracking the code, and that's something that I could probably do a training on and show you guys how to do it. Remember, I started with no money in this, zero zilch nada, and I had to find creative ways to make things happen, and I actually used Zillow for comps, for a good minute, and Zillow and Truly and some other resources, to run comps on properties. So, but the key is looking for like properties in, the similar neighborhood. Don't cross any major cross streets. Plus or minus 100 square feet. Some people say 200. I say 100. Similar bedrooms and bathrooms, and and look for the sold data. Even the listed data can be helpful, if something's listed, in a particular area, for a certain amount. I'll give you just the ballpark where people are trying to sell things. So, and Tim says he's got a low battery, so he doesn't think it'll last long. No problem, buddy. I was just gonna give you an opportunity to, jump on here with me and hash it out. But you're welcome to reach out to me. I know we got a call we've been trying to get on, and I mentioned hook up with you a while back, and we can talk it out. I'll help you out on that, when your project's done and ready to go on how to map that out. So, but again, I want to dig into more so why, you haven't got that commitment yet. What's been the hesitation to hold back? Are you not asking for the close? Are you not showing them confidence? The key to private money lending, let me just put it this way. The key to private money lending is not the project, it's you. People need to be confident in you. They need to be confident in your capabilities. They need to be confident in your willingness to get things to the finish line. I've often used the example, it doesn't matter if the house is worth 1 million and you're buying it for $5,000. If they don't believe that you're capable of executing and get it to the finish line, you're not going to be successful. And that's just the practical reality of it. You're not going to be successful getting the money from them. So the key really at the end of the day is looking somebody in the eye and being able to say, I'm the horse you can bet on. I can get it to the finish line. I'm the one that's going to be able to make it happen. Come hell or high water, I will finish this project and you'll be made whole. And if you can relay that, you don't necessarily want to say that, right? But if you can relay that confidence, you're going to have zero problem in getting money. And trust me, I've gotten a lot of money from investors for projects. So, yeah, that's that. All right, I don't see a lot of questions on here, so um, don't miss the Flip Dog Virtual Summit. That's all I got to say. You'll be missing out. I'm gonna lay it all out. I'm gonna tell it like it is. I'm gonna show you how your business needs to operate for 2021. I'm gonna get the processes we're doing in line, and I'm gonna show you exactly, where your opportunities are going to be and how you're going to be able to take advantage of them. So you need to be there. FlipTalkVirtualSummit.com. It's $50 for the VIP that gets the recordings. I guess 20 something bucks for the general admission. We still haven't raised the price yet. We can call that early bird. We're supposed to double the price. So It's the no brainer. When you have to buy a hotel and spend $300 or $400 or $1,000 for a ticket and a plane, you have to buy a plane ticket on top of that to go to a live event. Then you get to sit at your home and you get to have us just dump information into you, and you get to be interactive with us. It's not a webinar; it's Zoom, interactive Zoom, and you get to be interactive with us in the conversation. And and you get to spend 3 days just getting knowledge dumped on you. It's a no brainer, $50 well spent. So do it now, and you won't regret it. Other than that, I don't see questions, people. So I'm gonna go have a happy Thanksgiving and make some money and do my thing, do my jam here. So I think that's where I'm at. Going once, going twice. Sold for the short live video today. So, all right. This is where I'm at right now. Hey, no problem, Christopher. You're welcome, man. You don't get any questions, Christopher? All right. So go to the summit, buy your ticket. We're gonna pour into you. We got a slide deck. We got stuff prepared. We got documents. Those that buy the VIP ticket get the document vault. It's well worth it. And we'll I'm taking any questions about anything. I guess. Yeah, I am. So, pretty much, you want to ask me about life? I'll give you an answer. So, what it's like to be dead broke and desperate and then not anymore, I can answer that one too. Okay, what you got, Christopher? I'll wait and see what his question is here. So yeah, again, we're going to be dumping information into you. It's been a lot of changes, a lot of different things that have happened in 2020, and just interested to see um, what everybody's got going on. So, okay, Christopher, I'm a flipper, but can't compete with 30 offers from these wholesalers. Okay, I'm a flipper, but can't compete with 30 offers from these wholesalers. How would you go about finding your own deals fast? Okay. Great question. So, Christopher, I posted a link in the comments where you can come on and have a conversation with me, because this is another one where I'd love to have somebody come on and have a conversation with me. Um, and talk that out. I think that would be fun to do. So if you are game to come on and talk that out with me, I'm totally down to have a conversation. And I'm gonna post it again in here. But let's see here. Now, as far as your question goes, how do you compete? And that was a struggle that I had. I've been a rehabber. I was a rehabber first. Oh, he's on. Perfect. How do you compete? And that was a struggle that I had. I've been a rehabber. I was a rehabber first. We got to pause that live. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, good. How are you?
That was a struggle that I had. Good. I'm good. Can you kill that sound so we don't have the background noise? Got to pause that live. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, good. How are you?
Good. Can you kill that sound so we don't have the background noise? Got to pause that live. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, good. How are you? 1 second.
Can you kill that sound so we don't have the background noise? Got to pause that live. How you doing, buddy?
Sorry.
No worries.
I have to pause it?
Pause it or shut down that video chat.
I have to pause it?
There it goes. I think we're good. Okay.
I just logged out of it.
Okay, perfect. All right, good deal. So let's have this conversation. You're talking about being a rehabber and competing with wholesalers. What are the challenges you're running into?
So my background a little bit, I've been, in real estate for 20 plus years. I've flipped, 400 something houses. So,
Mhm.
I'm not new to the business, but I used to be buying my properties from the auction, foreclosure auction.
Right.
I've done a few wholesale deals where I found them and turned them over to other people when there was a lot of them out there. But now I'm getting these, I'm on everybody's wholesale list because I want deals. But anything that's a deal that comes up, I go take a look at it, and there's 30 guys bidding on it, and the wholesalers are walking away with, 35, 40 grand plus.
Mhm.
There's no meat left on the bones. So I've got to go out and find my own deals. Is driving for dollars the fastest way to do it? Door knocking. I mean, I've sent out thousands and thousands of postcards before. Seems like everybody and their brother is doing that. And, I've got the money to do it. I just don't want to throw it away. Right.
Understood. Understood. So, all of the above. So the first and foremost, I want to acknowledge your pain. I was in your shoes, and I had dabbled in some marketing, directly to sellers, but I had done most of my buying through, again, same thing, kind of auctions, relationships, wholesalers, and just had built a really good business buying properties without really having to do a whole lot of outbound marketing. In 2018 is where I really turned the outbound marketing on. I just basically realized that in order for me to control my destiny, I had to control the marketing, and I had to control the deal flow. With that came, we wholesale too now. We were just rehabbing up until 2018. I fought wholesaling. Like, I mean, I just fought it. I thought it was the worst thing for me to do because I thought it was going to be two different businesses and it was going to be a distraction. And it is two different businesses. Um, but what I found is, and just to kind of share with you is, we're doing this outbound marketing and we're getting all these leads in, and we have our box, right? As rehabbers, we have our box where things fit. And that's what we want to rehab. We don't want to rehab outside that box because it doesn't make sense to our business model. And so we had all these leads that didn't make sense to our business model that I thought no one would want. But apparently, everybody has a different business model and everybody wanted them. And so we started wholesaling, as an avenue as well to monetize leads we were going to throw away. And we were getting, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 or more thousand on these leads that didn't fit our box, didn't fit our model. And so wholesaling came out of that. And honestly, it was one of the best decisions I ever made. So I just want to throw that out there. I know exactly where you're at right now in your head.
Yeah.
You don't want to deal with it and it's a whole different thing and all of that. But the practical reality is what makes us the most money in our business as a business now is that we control our deal flow. We control the marketing. We're doing the marketing, and we're not relying on anybody else to bring us deals.
Sure.
Auctions have been rough for a little bit. Agents, a lot of agents that bring me deals. I mean, right now in this particular market, that's kind of dried up a little bit. They're just, the markets are what they are. And the fact that we're controlling our deal flow through our own outbound marketing has really allowed us to have success and stability when there's so much, uncertainty in the deal flow and other avenues. So,
Sure.
so I just want to throw that out there.
So
I go ahead.
what do you like? What do you like best, or what would you do if you were in my situation looking for a few deals?
So cold calling right now is working really, really well for us, and it's one of the inexpensive channels for us to utilize because we use a service, and we pay that service. We have two callers now, but you can choose how many callers you want. You can choose part time or full time. The data
Are you using a VA from overseas?
we're using VAs,
Okay.
so I use a company called Lead Gen Pros. For the cold calling. It's a full time VA. I think is around $1,500 a month. They're Central America, so they're not. Some of them do have accents, but they're slight accents. They're usually people who have been in the U.S. for a period of time or just speak really good English.
And
And
you're
that is,
providing them the list to call, I assume.
I provide them the list. The data is really important.
Yeah.
The data is probably not probably that. Here's where people fail on cold calling. the data first. They don't get their data from a reliable data source. That's number one. Number two, you got to skip it properly. Skipforce is a company we use for skipping. We do Skipforce first, and you can actually go to fliptalk.com/skipforce. And they have, I believe they're about 8 cents now for their data. Everybody else is about 15. And so we do our first skip through Skipforce, and then we go ahead and we call that data through, and then we take anything that didn't hit, and we'll reskip it through another channel, a secondary channel, and we'll usually get additional hits.
You call them vacants, notice of defaults, tax delinquent, stuff like that?
Well, just like direct mail, cold calling is very data heavy. So we start with the defaults and the distress list, and then we work our way out to the non-owner occupied equity list, and then we hit the owner occupied equity list, and then we recycle through about every 2 to 3 months. We'll hit a list again. So very similar to direct mail. The key that I found with like direct mail and cold calling at a high volume is really tracking like what's working. We put a different phone number on every postcard. I sent out 2 million postcards between 2018 and 2019, and we've gotten that channel down, for the most part, but it's tracking everything.
You using Google Voice for phone numbers, or what are people using now for
smartphones are great. So you have CallRail and smartphone. I don't know how sophisticated your business is, but we're as far as the marketing side of it, right? So we used the CallRail for a while, and CallRail has a lag on the call, and I didn't like the lag. But they have better reporting for your KPIs, your key performance indicators. We use smartphone now. The reporting is not as good, but it is still there. But the call quality is much, much better. So
okay.
Again, you can fliptalk.com/smartphone, I believe. Is a link to hooked up.
There's just such little inventory that, the guys that want the properties are just fighting tooth and nail over. It's like blood in the water.
That's why you need to flip that mindset and take advantage of that right now. Like if you start marketing and you're willing to wholesale and you're willing to make wholesaling a component of your business right now, I mean, we looked at a property and it was like, okay, our estimate was if we rehabbed it, we'd make, about 60 grand. And so I told my guy, I was like, if you don't get 50 for this, I'm going to rehab it. And he comes back and he's like, I got 50. So I'm like, that, I mean, it makes no sense to me. Right.
Yeah.
But it's like, so it just, it's crazy. So, I mean, and if you're spending that kind of money generating leads, you might as well monetize every lead. And if it fits in your box as a rehabber, that's great. And if it doesn't, maybe a landlord buyer wants it. Maybe a hedge fund buyer wants it. Maybe, a competitor that just needs to keep their crew busy. We know that happens, right?
Yeah.
Even if I make $1,000 on something I'm wholesaling, that's still monetized the lead I was going to throw away.
Sure.
And so it's been the best thing I've ever done. But it was a hard mindset shift. That's why it's like I wanted to get you on here because I know exactly. I know what you're going through, man.
It is tough.
Yeah.
But I see these guys and they're making a ton of money, so obviously it can be done.
It can be done. It can be done. Absolutely. And it's well worth the transition. If you're going to spend the money, you're going to spend the time figuring out the marketing side of things. That is definitely a way to go. And you asked about driving for dollars too. I didn't want to ignore that. Driving for dollars is a great way to generate leads. It's labor intensive, obviously, but I whenever I go through a neighborhood, I'll send stuff to my team. I have my team whenever they're going through neighborhoods, I'll send stuff over. Our project managers will send stuff over. So it's kind of a group effort for us. And it does generate, but the majority of stuff I honestly, the majority of stuff that I'm getting right now, if I'm being real, I don't know what your database looks like, is follow-up. That's my best marketing channel right now.
Yeah.
And then of course my second best marketing channel right now is the equity list, and I still get stuff off the defaults. It's just not as big of a, it's a smaller list. So.
Right. I do think the foreclosures and some defaults and other things are going to come back in the next year or two, though. They have to. So many people lost their jobs, unfortunately, and things. Yeah.
It's inevitable. The $1 million question is how long is the government going to prop everybody up?
Exactly.
And when they stop, that's when that's when they remove the chair and people stop following, right?
So the banks have too much inventory, and they got to get rid of the stuff, and then they'll say, "Oh, foreclosures are allowed now."
Yeah, and then that's when the auctions will be on fire again.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's a big circle.
Well, appreciate your time. Thank
No
you.
problem. And reach out to me anytime you have any questions. I'll be more than happy to help you.
All right, sounds great. Thanks.
So, all right, buddy. Thank you.
Have a good Thanksgiving.
You too. Bye.
Bye.
All right, that was fun. I appreciate you, buddy, for coming on, Christopher. And like I said, reach out to me. And yeah, so I'm gonna call it for Thanksgiving. Unless anybody else has any more questions, hopefully you got value out of that. And that was fun. I like doing that. We'll do that more often. So, Flip Talk Virtual Summit, check it out, fliptalkvirtualsummit.com. And you won't regret that. If you're interested in being part of the mastermind community Inner Circle Elite, check that out as well. We're always looking for people just to have really high level conversations, kind of like the one we just had. High level conversations with what's working, what's not, how can we help each other. And we're just always looking for good people for that. Other than that, have a wonderful, happy Thanksgiving. Be safe in your travels. Be safe in what you do. And don't eat too much. I'm going to try to come back with eyebrows. Like I said at the beginning of this, I'm going to be frying a turkey for the first time. Good thing we have Google. I've done a lot of studying on that. So pray for me. Other than that, it's been real. It's been fun. Until I talk to you again. Have a wonderful day.